where we live, he knew most of the people. And he knew each one of you. And I wanted to thank you for coming. And then I wanted you to give a hand to all of the wonderful people that helped put this all together.
All right.
And I wanted to thank each of the participants. It couldn't have been better. Ival would have we'd have gone home after this, and we would have talked and discussed how wonderful everything was. I wanted to tell a few little things about Ival and I never in my life, and I turned 90 last week.
Whoa.
Never, ever in all my years associating with all kinds of people did I ever be with anyone that had such faith. Not once. From the time he was diagnosed with stage 4 last July until he passed away January 17, did he complain? Not once about anything. The only time he cried was when he would say to me, "Oh, dear heart, I'm going to cry. I don't know what's going to happen to you after I'm gone." He was an amazing, and I don't just say that because I adored him and loved him. I say that because I had never heard, most of us, we complain, we murmur, we whine, "Oh dear, I'm sick. Oh, there's something wrong with me," let alone if we knew we were going to die. And so I just want to honor him. That was amazing to me. And then he still had his sense of humor to the last. He's in the hospital bed, and he's crying. No, he's not crying, I am. But I'm crying silently, I think. And I think, oh, I'm real pleased with myself because he can't hear me cry. And he says to me, "Stop crying for me now. Wait till I'm gone." The nurses, words fail me to tell you his amazing attitude and his trust and faith in God. And I can't help but put a little word in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous on page 68. It says, "All men of faith have courage. They trust their infinite God rather than their finite selves." And then somebody said I should tell you about this story. For 8.5 years we dated. We went back and forth. He'd break up, I'd break up, and then it'd be on my right hand, and then it'd be on my left. And so, when I moved up here from Rancho Cucamonga, and I was settled in my own place, so I told him one day, "I think I'm ready to be married." And I said, "I don't know who God's going to send. Maybe you, maybe some guy had taken my phone number up here and I belong to Orange County Singles, Christian Singles." And he didn't say anything. Then we go on a date and he's driving and he says, "What do you think of us getting married?" And I said, "Oh, sure." Because how many times had we been through this? So then a couple of weeks later goes by, and he says, "Dear heart, will you marry me?" And I said, "Yes, but it doesn't seem very romantic. You're driving, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat." And so then he was remodeling Sean's house, and we're in the kitchen, and he takes me, and then I say, "Oh," he said, "I want to spend the rest of my life with you." And then I giggle, And then I say, now you can stand up. And he says, controlling to the left. So then he goes and gets a calendar. And I knew he meant it this time. And we got married then after that. But I cannot tell you, he'd say things to me, let me do the dishes. I get to do them for you. Let me make your bed. I get to do it. Let me make breakfast. Always was wanting to be there for me. And so that night before he passed, he was suffering so from pain. I told him, Ival, it's okay. Close your eyes and go to sleep. And the next thing you'll see is Jesus, and we'll be together in heaven. And I want to see each one of you there too. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Ron.